ES Market Recap, February 28th, 2023. All right, well, I'm trying to do these market recaps hopefully every day, and I'm getting used to learning about how to set this stuff on Investor RT. And see here you've got well, it's going back as far in the data as it can go. I don't have the DTN historical data access yet, but this is says 1 year. It's taken all of this as far back as Rhythmic will go. And we see the VPOC right there. It's 40, 11, 50, or 12. Let's just call it 12, 40, 12. And you see kind of roughly where we were today. We're right around here. And we opened low in range today. So that was, let me bring that up here. So that was, so we go in here. We have a few of these. I'm still trying to learn more about it, really. So, yeah, we had something that kind of, looked a little more or less like this today. Okay, IBH broken 98% of the time. IBH favored by only 5%. If I remember right, yeah, it did go past the IBH. And then it went all the way down. It was kind of an unusual day. Maybe we have these other ones too. See that one, IBH favored by 5%. So here's what this looks like. Here's this one. And okay, that's enough of that. Well, let's go to, well, here's what it looked like for the day. You can see all these. Let's see, where did it open at? Here's today. When was this? 1530. Wait, this is oh, I have to move this thing over, I guess. Okay, I guess that's, I'm still trying to figure out Investor RT is. Go to this thing, it can see a little bit better what's going on. This isn't Tradovate. So see, anyway, what I'm getting at is, let's see where the open was. Okay, so see, here's this volume profile. And it opened 6:30. So see, it opened low inside of yesterday's range. see here, it's sitting on top of this day's range. And see, that's like possibly a little support area there. Let's see, where did this open? 3982.75. Look there, that's kind of where it was. There's the VPOC 82. That ended up being the VPOC for the day. And so here's a high volume node. It kind of tested into this low volume node. Tested right here and right up in here. And that's kind of like resistance there. Tested right up to see the top of this. Went into this little high volume node. So there's a high volume node kind of started here. It's inside of that. That was too expensive. And then the thing just, see, tested, it started here. It's like, okay, there's a retail price. Then it was going, oh, is this too expensive? This high volume node. And then it went back down. And look at that, there's another area that's, I mean, you could say that's like possible support area there. Got a morning star candle. That was after hours. Here's where it ended for the day, kind of right around here. You know, right above where, see, 67. That was the VPOC from here. So kind of, it's kind of testing into, okay, is this area going to be where buyers are interested? Well, they went down a little bit lower. Kind of tested into, okay, are buyers interested here? And then there's a support, potential support. I'm just gonna always call it potential because that's all you ever have is maybe. Got to keep that in my head. Any technical analysis stuff we're looking at, it's just maybe. I'm trying to work on the statistics to have something more solid of one thing happening, one thing more likely to happen over the other. See here, I mean, that's a morning star candle pattern, if that really means anything. And see, around 58 there. Went back up to here, see? It's going, is that too expensive or not? So look at that, that's 76. Is this too expensive? And as of right now, you know, it's 8:27 p.m. Pacific, and it's saying, you know, maybe that's maybe that 76, maybe it's too expensive. And we're kind of there. Okay, I had a hard time with reading this. I wasn't able to make any trades today. But you kind of see how, you know, it was just kind of, it's stuck in this area. It's kind of hard to read, for me at least. So I was just kind of observing today, you know, watching the different bookmap streams, and watching what other people were doing, and just trying to read this. Like any setups I might have done, they just went fast. You know, so I wasn't able to get in there and do anything. You know, so see how the VPOC keeps shifting? So it's kind of like it just did a bunch of mean reversion all day up until the end. You know, so you're getting right near. So you're looking is right near the close. See, it just went boom. It just went nuts, and it went all the way back down to. Okay, it's calling that RTH low. That's right around where the close was. So it went down below that initial balance low. It went below this structure. So this was all apparently too expensive. And well, you could call it neutral pretty much until the end. Look what it did. It just went up and then down, and then the VPOC shifted back down. And then it just kind of stuck there. We look on that higher time frame, it kind of pointed towards going short more than it did going long. I mean, this was a little more clear overnight. That happened over a very long period of time. Look at that. What is that? That's 20 until 4:29. So it's 4 hours. It's pretty nice if you trade overnight. You could. There were some people in the Traders Lab. They did pretty well. Uh, let's see, and oh, what else? See, here was kind of where it could be like, okay, this right here, kind of sitting on top of this. See, and the VPOC was there for a short time. And there was liquidity sitting up there at 4,000. I remember that. Wonder if I can go and, yeah. You see, there's liquidity sitting up there all day. Or not all day, but see, it was here earlier, 4,000. Then it fold. Then you've got all of this. I mean, and this is orders. These are lots of 100 or greater. So you have your VPOC right at 4,000. That's been like a fractal number. Price has been going back there over and over, and then we had this down here at 60. At the end of the day, it went down here, pretty close to it. Not all the way there. It's a really tough day for me to try and read. I'm just trying to do a recap so I get in the habit of doing this. Maybe today I'm not going to have the best insight into it, but I knew enough to just stay away from it because I couldn't really read it. It's kind of a weird day. Let's see, there was some of that there that showed up at 86. Shortly, look at that, a minute before, and then it dropped pretty hard right there. Sellers, so all this seller activity is pushing it down. And see what else can I come up with. I'm trying to point out, see, like this was a tough one for me today. I was just like, oh man, what is going on? It's like mean reversion most of the day. and we knew we had 4,000. We knew we had 3960 on here. I'm trying to filter out the smaller guys. We had 3990. Did it get up there? Yeah. Yes, he was messing with 3990. So like past few days. Look at that. That's a VHVN. So I knew there would be stuff possibly going on. Like between 4,000 and 3990. Yeah, and it was here for, look at that, 930. How long from, look, 913. Kind of went down here shortly. See, even back here. Even back that far around 8. Unfortunately, that's a bit, I can only go back to about 730 here, but look at this, a big part of the day, 3990 and 4,000. It's hard to tell. Did they end up putting this back on all of a sudden? I don't know. Let's see, it was 3990. Oh no, no, this point of control was off anyway. But kind of order flow stuff can I look at in here? Let's see, that was overnight. And then we kind of went up to 4,000, which was kind of a price. There's either resistance or support up there. There's a lot of activity going on. And then it just look, ping pong, just up. Oh, right back down to where this was. Here's a bunch of just back and forth. Can't really decide what's going on. Kind of gets here, and that's like, okay, we have a higher high. That's on top of this. And we're seeing, let me see here. Well, it's a bit hard to see what exactly went on in here. Well, we got a little stop divergence. Look, it's kind of minimal though. It's not sure I can get much out of that. We had this kind of, it might have been putting pressure up there. So just a really rough day for me to try to read. It was kind of neutral until the end where it just went down all of a sudden. And I mean, there were opportunities in here. They were just a little bit tough for me to see. So, I'm still learning. And my setups, they just didn't line up with what was going on. At least I kept myself out. And I guess I'm going to just try to wrap this up now. It's an attempt to do a market recap. This was a really tough one for me today, but I'm just going to try to keep doing these. Hopefully I did some decent job of breaking it down. I am a little bit tired. This is I probably should have done this a little bit earlier, but I was busy, and so I am a little bit tired. I wanted to get this in before I headed off to sleep, but yeah, I'm going to leave it at that, and let's see if I can have make another one of these tomorrow.